So welcome everybody. I'm glad to see you. I preferred to meet you in Helsinki. Have a beer yesterday evening, but okay. And Helsinki maybe is a little bit cool, chillier. So well, it is how it is. It's fine. You are here, and I've been thinking about what we can talk about. At the moment, it's quite a fast turnaround from vacancy to Congress. So I hope I haven't missed something. Otherwise, please tell me. It's no problem. I made a small presentation. So it's no presentation. It's a paper. Bildschirm freigeben. Okay. So maybe you can see this.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. It's only some ideas on what we can talk about. I take this first a short report. I think most of the things we already know. So where are my notices gone? I love technique. It's a kind of type of Zen present meditation. So, just a second. Okay, you can see these 4 points. Okay, fine. Now I see your
notes.
And your notes as well.
Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. now you see this.
No, it's no problem.
Maybe it's the best. So so I can make some notes too. Mm-hmm. Are there any other points you want to discuss today?
No.
Not at the moment. If you have any ideas, please tell me, and then I can add them. Well, just a very brief report. The working group is quite young. We are founded 2 years ago in Santiago de Compostela, and after the founding panel, we had a very good discussion on the mission statement. We gave the mission statement to the SIEF board, and the working group has been accredited, approved in 2020, in the beginning of 2020. So we are a quite young working group. So we don't have to report a lot of things, but we have a great future. We are just in our childhood. So I think this has been the most important thing. We now have our own web page on the SIEF website, and there you find the members and the board and the mission statement. Up to now, we don't find any congresses, workshops, and publications. Maybe we can talk about how we can fill this point on the SIEF website. There's also a Facebook group. I try a change. Now you can see the Facebook group.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then you see my second screen. Good to know. Mm-hmm. The Facebook group is just an idea to exchange some notes, some links, maybe publications, cartoons, and so on and so on. So if you want to participate, it's very easy. It's I can send around the link again, or you search in Facebook to Narrative Cultures. The group is not too busy at the moment. When I find something interesting, I put it there. So if you like, you can have a look from time to time. The problem is the Facebook algorithm is a miracle. So I don't know whether there's something posted new, whether you can see it. So maybe from time to time you can look there. Yes, you see, it's something funny too. It's not only academic.
Yeah. It's important to post things like this on Facebook.
Sorry?
It's important to post things like this on Facebook to keep it alive. So it's.
Yes, yes, and maybe it's an idea too to change ideas and new publications and so on. Well, then our activities have been planning this panel on Tuesday. I really look forward. I think this will become very interesting. And the last action has been the poster. Sorry for the late realization. I think all of us have a lot to do, and so it in between it moved to the second and third line of Aufmerksamkeit, of focus. But I think it's very important to have this poster, and we can take this poster to work on it for the next SIEF congresses. I think it's a very good idea. So it can grow also with the working group.
Thank you for
one important.
Sorry? Thank you for your work.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks to thanks you. And one point, because of the elections in Santiago de Compostela, we said, okay, this is the inauguration board, and in Helsinki there will be a normal election of the board. But I think this should be done meeting face to face. I asked around in the board, and you agreed we postpone the election to the next Congress, so we can prepare this better, and we can come together in a room and talk about this. I think it's better. If you're okay, I take this to the minutes, and we just keep the board at the moment. Genau. Ramp up. Okay, perfect. Do I have all? Okay, fine. I don't see all people. I just try to. We have learned a lot of things in the last year, last good year. I'm really glad we didn't made an panel on Corona narratives, because I think there are so many workshops and congresses now on Corona and pandemic and post-pandemic. So there are other topics too, which are very interesting to us. So jetzt the second point, past and planned activities. Maybe we can make a short round, and you tell one or two or three activities you are doing, have been done on narratives or are planning. Brigitte, I see you first. Maybe you want to start?
Yes, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. My activities were in also very important topic connected with Corona, conspiracy narratives. I edited a book. We had a conference, but already 2018, so it came out it was published just before or in the Corona highlights. So that was really a coincidence. And now I'm preparing a paper on political narratives. We have a conference in another working group from DGV, Deutsche Gesellschaft für Volkskunde, in August. That's all.
Yes. Thank you. Ive, I see you as the next. You are very busy.
Yes, as a matter of fact. As you might see on the poster, I'm leading a project on storytelling, oral narrative as intangible cultural heritage, and as a social force. It's like umbrella project with diverse sub-projects, and we are planning to put out an anthology in Swedish during this autumn that will like sum everything, and I will also publish in English in Arv, Scandinavian Yearbook of Folklore, a study of some recordings made in the 1950s by one storyteller and different ways of presenting this storyteller during different decades, where focus changes from the storyteller as a funny joker, as an inheritor of the Icelandic saga way of speaking of murders, and as a tradition bearer of knowledge on older agricultural techniques and so on. So it's a study in representation of one and the same person, and we have some, and I will also write something more about the ideas behind revitalization of storytelling, and I will present this at a panel on Tuesday. So that's what I'm got my hands full with right now.
Okay, I see. Thank you. So, Marina, you are the next one on my row.
Yes. Hi, everybody. The last years I was working on media narratives around the dimension of mystery, so paranormal and extraordinary phenomena, with the focus on Spain. And now we are planning with a colleague from Spain, from a sociologist, to research about tarot cards and tarot spirits, from the perspective of the narrative cultures. It's from interesting to see which kind of stories are telling the cards itself as an object, and from the other side, of course, fieldwork, how the interpreters of the cards explain and try to make to say something about the past and the present and the future of the consultant. So
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Well, sounds interesting too. Thank you. Mare, you are the next on the row.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I am actually newbie. I would like to join your working group.
Okay.
So I'm working at the Literary Museum, Tartu, Estonia. That was I'm like a leading researcher, but at the same time, I'm just now director of a Center of Excellence in the study of humanities. It's quite boring and it's time-eating profession, I must say. So what I'm doing and why I would like to join you are many different reasons. For example, my old topic is the horror stories. Especially horror stories which are telling ghosts, but also dreams and real horror stories for youngsters, because we have a huge collections starting from 1920s, and just now we repeated in 90s, 27 and 2018. So it's quite interesting. There are fixed stories, but also very much play with fantasy and innovation and so on. And on the other side, I'm working with mere people and mermaids and so on. It's a classical legends, but at the same time, we try to put together kind of transdisciplinary working group. So I'm working with folklore, but others are coming from biology, genetics, and other disciplines. So it's kind of interesting mixture. And a bit I'm working also with mythical animals. So it's. I hope that looking at you, I know that I can get a lot of inspiration from your working group. So I think that's all.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome. I think the best is you send an email to me so I can put you to the working group. You find it. Find the email. Yes, it's. Yeah, I just pick it from the. I cannot send at the moment to all people. Doch, now it is possible.
Oh, chat maybe.
So, oops. Yes. Narrative Culture Working Group at siefhome.org. And then I can add you to the member list. So the next in my row is Petra.
Okay, thank you. I work at the Charles University, so I have mostly teaching responsibilities. But last year I built on my paper, which I had on CF Congress 2 years ago, about the Springman. I will try to share the screen. Sorry. So it was. I don't know. It's working. It was working. Sorry. So it was about the ghost stories and urban legends during the Second World War in Czechlands, in Czechia, and its interplay with popular culture. I'm still trying to open it, but maybe I have too many. Sorry for this technical. I'll close everything I can. Okay. Now. Okay, yeah. So I published this paper from my paper in CF in Fabula last year, The Springman of Prague. Which, if anybody is interested, I can send it to you. So it's basically Czech and Slovak, but also German and Russian versions of international contemporary urban legend, which originated in the Great Britain in the 19th century. So I also published one article in Polish about this, and I hope I will be able to publish a book on this in Lexington Books. Roman Littlefield in the US, they have a series called Studies in Folklore and Ethnology, and I made a book on this topic, which has been translated into English, and hopefully, if it passes editorial process and reviewers, it will be published next year in that Lexington Books Ethnology series. I'm also doing some popularization stuff about conspiracy theories. I wrote some like popular articles on conspiracies, which I will be talking about on Tuesday. So I don't want to take your time. So that was my year, which was still based on my paper at SIEF. So it's nice to show it. Okay, that's it basically.
Okay, I thank you. I see horror stories, ghost stories, and conspiracy theories. One of the main topics. Asa Lundström, you are the next on my row. What are you working on?
Hi, I will present a poster on Wednesday afternoon on material culture and class climbing. I interpret a work journal kept from 1890 to 1914 of everyday work, everyday life. And I'll present the writer, and her grandchild, born 1905, became my mother-in-law. So she provided me with the family context and the family lore. And I've published one article in Finnish, and there will be a new one in the beginning of next year in a book called A Girl Can Do, Vernon Press, where I will follow the way a daughter was brought up in the 1890s. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now, Mary Kane, what is your work on narratives? Or what are you working on? Now there's a cliffhanger. I cannot hear you.
I think
maybe
the internet connection is not working.
Yes. Sorry, we can't hear you. Maybe we have a try later.
You're talking to me? I'm sorry, I'm a poor hearer.
No. I'm talking to Mary Kane.
No, fine.
She is, but she is. We cannot hear her.
I think she's frozen. The internet connection doesn't work properly.
Yes, it's too much.
But Christine Hemmerling.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you can
go
send
further
a message. Maybe message to her. Maybe she missed her name.
I think she didn't miss her name. She made signs that she couldn't do it. She couldn't be heard. Maybe we try again later. So I can say something since I'm saying something.
Yes, you're welcome.
I'm Christine Hemmerling. I'm not a member of the working group yet, but I wrote down the email address, and I'd be interested to join. And I'm working on NGO fundraising mainly, and on these young people. They're standing on the streets in different cities, and with their stories, they try to have people giving the money, their money, to an NGO. And so I'm working on this fundraising with storytelling. Storytelling is a professional practice, and also about EU documents. And I will be having a presentation tomorrow in Knowledge 01, which is about home. And there I'm talking about pregnancy, so-called pregnancy updates on YouTube. So one of these YouTube versions of storytelling. Yeah.
Fine. Very interesting. So, okay, from Mary Kane, hello, I'm working on the contemporary grandmother experience, especially those far away. I managed my interviews just before lockdown. Yes, okay. Field work and lockdown is really an issue. I think most of us hate. Thank you very much. So I have two people left. Christine Schramm.
Yes, hello. I'm with the folklore department at the University of Iceland. Very nice to be here. I'm also a prospective newbie. I'd like to join your network. So I'm speaking on the narratives of calamity. And I'm looking at how we break and bend civil discourse through what I call disaster humor. Its uses and abuses in negotiating morality and making sense of unprecedented experience like this one, the COVID-19 pandemic, which of course everyone is very tired about hearing about. But I've also looked at sort of post-human narratives, narratives of, for example, polar bears coming to Iceland, and have been working on that with various colleagues. And I can briefly attempt to share my screen and show you just a few publications related to that. There.
Okay, fine. Thank you. These disaster narratives, I spontaneously think of the earthquake of Lisbon. Also
Right.
a huge topic in literature. So, and the last, Barbara L.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I cannot open my cam. I don't know exactly why it's not working, but well, can you listen to me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, we hear you.
Sorry about my English. Well, I'm convening the ERB4 panel tomorrow and Thursday. There are 3 sessions. It's the What's a Wall for City Making Place Reframing panel. The discussion is more about, remaining of some architectural structures. So recently, I know it's not exactly on narratives. Actually, I am a master's student, so I'm here more to listen and learn, if possible, this specific context. I'm interested more recently. I've been more interested in the narrative aspect of these relationships between city making, between unforeseen uses of architectural structures, especially in relation to modern architectural discourse that functionalizes it. So my interest is especially over this tension between the spontaneous unforeseen uses, the city making, and to the other side, the functionalist narrative. So it's especially in the mainstream media. So we have this case, for example, for a flyover here in São Paulo, Brazil, where I speak from, that is occupied for the last 30 years, I guess, for some vertical practices, sporting and artistic, like vertical dance, abseiling, etc. Is not exactly legal or legal regular in a sense, but because of this, the unforeseen aspect of this type of occupation, there are a transformation across the time of the discourses around what is the flyover for, what is the structure supposed to serve in a sense of urban planning and what we call right to the city. So this is it. Thank you for having me. I'm more listening for now on. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thank you. This sounds very interesting. There has been a researchers group in Germany that they have been working on the good life in the cities. So maybe there are possible connections. But I haven't missed anybody, and I think it's very, very interesting to hear these different topics you and we are working on, and this leads me a little bit to one of the next points we have to discuss. How can we foster this exchange? I think a lot of things are happening, a lot of publications. How is it possible to create links just for in the first place, just for the information? Because I think conspiracy theories here and there, ghost stories, other types of narratives from pregnancy to grandmotherhood and so on. I think the idea of the working group is just to bring us together and to share ideas, to share information. What do you think is a good idea to establish such an exchange?
Maybe, may I say something? I think
yes, Brigitte.
This is one of the advantages of Corona, that we learn to have an exchange via Zoom. So maybe because we are an international group, this would be an idea to establish a regular meeting. Maybe 1-2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would love to come to Prague one day and have a meeting.
Actually, I was
nice, but maybe just for the time being, we can try it low level by Zoom meeting.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking of this idea. We talked about in another context, and I think it's a good idea. We are now skilled with this new technique. We all look forward to meet again face to face and have drinks together and just stumble into the wrong panel and find something very interesting and also exchange a flu or a cold. The DGV Congress is in autumn is such a place, but yes, also we can take the good from this time, and so it could be possible maybe every 2 or 3 months we schedule a meeting via Zoom, so we can exchange. And then we can make some minutes to send it around the members of the working group, just also to advertise such meetings. I think we should give it a try to have regular meetings. You're d'accord? Okay, then we can do this. I think okay. We have this mailing list on the SIEF platform too. So if you have a conference, if you have a call for paper, if you have a new publication, you think this would be interesting to the whole working group. So please send it around via the mailing list of SIEF. And the point is only members of the working group can use this this mailing list, and I will send around the email address to all after this, together with the minutes. Are there other ideas how we can exchange the information on narratives? How we can foster discussions, maybe on different topics too. Maybe one of you wants to discuss an idea or wants to discuss a draft. How can we manage this?
One very simple idea would be profiles with short descriptions of projects and keywords and so forth, and information and email, so one could just some sort of website or page where we would collect this kind of information.
Okay, so we have a page with short profiles from the main members. Just the question.
I like also very much. The only reason why I'm visiting Facebook is actually that I will get plenty of articles and information about the new books. And I can ask from the authors, can you send me the draft version or the final version and so on. So I think it's very good, not only academia and other environments, but also kind of good exchange.
Okay, any other ideas? Alf?
Just a reflection, as we already can see just by letting everybody tell about what they're doing right now. It brings it to like a meta level. Now we can see there are not just one. There are quite a few who are interested in horror stories and the stories about conspiration and so on. So we have here we got the opportunity to also see what's happening internationally, what's happening in world society right now, and so I think it's just to hear what others have noticed is a good tool to orient yourself in the world and picking up what can we as folklorists and ethnologists contribute with.
Okay, the main question is what kind of platform we can use. I think Facebook is one possibility. I found it very interesting because in Germany, scholars are very distanced to Facebook. It's not really a medium, but for example, I saw it some years ago in the United States. There's Facebook, a normal medium to exchange a call for paper and to collaborate. It's very interesting. Okay, I can make some suggestions for a platform how we can exchange, how we can make some this kind of profile. What are we working on, and how to exchange ideas, tips, new publications, and so on. Okay, I'm going back to my 4 points.
I'm absolutely new, but actually we have a quite good technical possibilities, and I can host a small conference online, or who want to come to Estonia, to Tartu, we are open. But I know that it's not so easy where Finland is closed and so on, and Latvia is closed, so it's complicated to come, but anyhow.
Yes, hopefully until next spring we can travel again. And Estonia, I would be really very interested to come. Also Latvia and Lithuania and Finland and Iceland. You have sun there. And Switzerland opens again. This is good news. So and Czechia, I think it's open again too. Yes, but thanks a lot. This is the next questions. Are there any plans at the moment for workshops, conferences, and so on? You are maybe planning, or you say, oh, this would be a great idea to plan this conference, this workshop together with a working group. I think there are so many conferences. I'm not sure whether we really have to make our own conference at the moment, but maybe we can connect. Marina, has this a hand raise?
No, that was only my daughter.
Okay. Petra?
We are planning a folklore narrative conference next autumn in Prague. Actually, it will be organized by several departments at the Charles University and also the Czech Academy of Sciences in Prague. So I was thinking, and the National Museum also, and the National Museum in Prague. So I was thinking about joining this. It's in very early stages. It was originally planned to be last year, but because of the COVID, it wasn't there. There was some collaboration with Serbia, I believe. Yeah, but I think it's quite possible to make it joint event. I can show you the location, which is very nice. Actually, it's. Do you see it? It's
yes.
It's Kinski. It's a summer house of the Kinski family, which is now.
Yes, I know this place. Yes, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's Ethnological Museum of the National Museum in Prague, and we have no set date now. It's but it will be like September, late September next year. So everything is in very early stages. So if you think it's a good idea to somehow to join this, it's possible. We don't have call for papers, nothing, because it break down last year.
Okay, next year, this means September 2022.
Yes, next year, 22. But we can move it
22,
because we
okay.
don't know, if it's September 22, we should have called for papers in, let's say, February or March. So basically we will wait how the corona situation will evolve. It's very open now.
Yes, fine. This sounds very interesting. So maybe if you can ask with the organization whether we can join as a working group just to support this. I would be very interested because yes, folklore narrative, it's a wide field, and I think we can bring a lot of experience from all over Europe and also the Americas.
I think it will be very nice because the original focus was on verbal folklore, on narrative folklore, but it could be really bigger. We have funds for this, so I don't think we can provide travel funds and so on, but the event could place physically in that place, and we can offer also free accommodation for a few people like students, because National Museum has like 3 or 4 flats in Prague. So I organized the Kommission für Volksdichtung, the Ballad Commission conference in that place 2 years ago. We are publishing proceedings now with Thomas McKean from Aberdeen, Scotland. So and there was also a contemporary legend conference there like 5 years ago. So we have the place, we have the funds, and for students or people who don't have many funds, we can offer also accommodation for like 2 or 3 days. So, but it's in very early stages. So that's just.
Perfect. This sounds very interesting. Christine, you gave us the link for the next ISFNR
yes.
Congress. This is interesting too. It will be in virtual in Zagreb. Zagreb is such a beautiful city. In September, this could be a possibility too. If we have the call for paper, then we maybe can propose a panel of the working group. We made this in the Cultural Heritage Working Group for the Congress of the Association of Critical Heritage Studies last year in London, and it worked quite good. So we can bring together the working group and ISFNR, and I think this. Do you know the topic?
No, I don't have the topic. I should, because I'm registered there, but no. But I hear that interim emotions. That's right. That the interim conference, the next one after this, will be in London, an actual conference where they come together. So that could also be a possibility in the fall, I believe.
Okay.
We will have something on pragmatics. It's mainly organized by linguists, but we always building up also our own closer panel. So it's also possibility if you would like, lying and truth and so on.
Okay. Fine. I see. There are a lot of ideas. I will put all together to the minutes, and yes, we can participate as working group in another congress, and I think in Prague this maybe is a possibility. In other cases, if you find an interesting call for paper, we can propose a panel from the working group too. So this is there are different possibilities. Just to go back to my points, I've been in the morning at the meeting of the working group chairs, and just to inform you, there is a small funding from SIEF for congresses. The SIEF board is at the moment working on the bylaws. It's not much. It's between 250 and 1,000 euro. So it's maybe support for the venue, maybe support for the catering and so on. But just to inform you, so if we are planning a conference on our own or a workshop, other activity, so we should exchange whether there are possible fundings by this. The other point that has been discussed, SIEF is doing films on different topics. The ethnological sensations, for example. And maybe we can think about whether one of you or the working group could be a topic of such a film. For example, horror stories, conspiracy theories, and so on. I think maybe one can make a kind of film on this topic. So we can work together with SIEF to show these are important things. Maybe connecting the past and present stories, narratives. I think this is always very interesting. Yes, just to inform you. Okay. Das schon. So, the list. Okay, I just make my notices. It's more easy. I do a screenshot with the chat. Okay, fine. So I'm through with my points. Question from your side, ideas, suggestions.
I have a question, but it's how many members? How many members we have now in our group?
Just a second. I can have I share the screen. Should be this. Yes.
And now we have even some more. Very welcome to all the new members.
Yes, I think it's around 30, 40. There are a lot of people who are in different working groups, but you can see it's also all over Europe and the Americas too. Okay. Other questions, suggestions? Okay, a thunderstorm is coming on the Swedish west coast, and it's very hot here. Okay, I think this. If there are no urgent points, we all should go to a chillier place. Okay, no more suggestions. Then I really thank you all for joining, for your ideas. I'm glad I have seen you on these small pixels on the screen, and I really hope to see you in live this year and latest the next year. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Helmut. So, thank you for
And see you
organizing
on Tuesday at our
Yes,
panel.
of
Yeah.
course.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Of course.
Bye.
this. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So you two, are you discussing your meetings? Do you need support for next Tuesday? Everything is okay?
Yes, I think so. No, I don't know how whether I should leave. Petra, is there something to discuss?
I'm just waiting for you to tell me if we need something to discuss about Tuesday. We have this video from one colleague which is longer than 15 minutes. You know this.
Yes, I think there's nothing to discuss. Oh, some people now are coming in, but hello to the
yeah, hello.
Oh,
Hey.
hello.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you after so many years, Brigitte.
Yes,
Right?
incredible. Hi.
Hi. And Helmut and Peter, nice to get to know you via Zoom, unfortunately.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you
Yes.
think we start just now? Did you think, Maria, that we just start now? We just finished because it was an hour earlier.
An hour earlier?
Yeah, I also had to get this in my mind.
Oh, it was. I thought, yes, it starts 3 p.m. Eastern time. Really?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not at all.
It's no problem.
No problem.
I made some notices and I sent the minutes, and we meet on Tuesday.
Yes, I'm very sorry because I did, had it on my calendar. But are you sure it was? I thought.
Yes, it's been 2 p.m. on Helsinki time, and but I have at the moment I have on my smartphone here the world clock, so I know what time it is in Helsinki. Honey,
we don't see anything.
So now it is 3 p.m. in Helsinki, right?
Yeah,
3 p.m.
Yes.
And I thought it was 3 p.m.
No. No.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
So what time is our meeting on Tuesday so that I don't miss?
I think you have to log in by this platform. And I think there you find the schedule.
And then you can switch to local time, and then you see what's the time in.
So did we miss? Were there many people, or how did it go?
It was.
Oh, it's been very interesting. It's been about around 10 people.
Okay.
And we exchanged what we are working on at the moment. And we also said we want to establish a regular meeting, maybe every 2 or 3 months on Zoom, so we can discuss topics or exchange our new works.
Yes,
just to foster the exchange.
Yes, and to keep us more in contact. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, fine.
No problem. So Brigitte, when is your talk?
I'm not talking. I'm only listening this time.
Good. Yeah, good. Actually, this is a privilege.
But I'm looking forward to our working group panel. Really.
Yes, thank you. How are things there? Well, can we chat? Can we at least?
Yes, of course we can chat. I mean, Helmut is the host. When he goes, we go. But we will meet again. Yes, everything is fine in Zurich.
In Zurich.
And you?
I am at Yale. I'm still in America at Yale.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Since when are you in Yale?
Oh, my goodness. It's already 15 years I'm in America.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, oh my, yes. But I know you will not believe it, but I'm still looking, not very intensively, but I do look to come back to Europe.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not an America fan. Well, I am in a good university, Yale.
Yeah, it's a great university.
But Yale is not America. It's a bubble.
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Yeah. Or fortunately, depending how.
Yeah, okay.
We are safe in a way. Yeah. So I do look in Europe.
Okay. Yeah.
Not very intensively, but this might be also another option, Helmut, that we can share professional opportunities also among the members.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and collaborations to open up to ideas.
That's what we discussed, how to be in connection and exchange ideas.
Yes.
Yes. Possible conferences and meetings.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We are recorded. We are record. Do you record this meeting, Helmut?
Yes. Yes. So maybe we make a private chat.
Yes.
Later.
Just say. Goodbye, everybody. We meet again on Tuesday.
Yes. And to Petra, everything is fine. I think we will manage this. And I think now it's time to look for a chillier place and to have a cool drink.
Okay, thank you so much, and I'm very, very sorry for this. Really, I did want to attend the meeting. I'm very sorry, and thank you for all your help, Peter, with the panel. I want to see the poster, what you did. Yes, and Helmut.
No, it was Helmut actually. You have to thank Helmut.
Both. Both. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Helmut, for sharing this and organizing this. And I'm leaving. Thank you. See you on Tuesday. I'm on email.
See you Tuesday. Bye.